So in this video, I want to share a process that I used to let go of painful old memories that were no longer serving me, and they were actually affecting me in the present moment, even though they happened years and years ago. So as humans, we have the incredible ability to remember things. This is a fantastic tool, but it can hinder us. Constantly remembering a past event and replaying the movie of that happening over and over in your mind, and constantly being re-hurt by that every time we remember that, so we're re-traumatizing ourselves, is not in service of a good life. You lived it once, you don't have to keep reliving it over and over and over again in your mind. The thing is, feeling bad about the past does not serve us. Learning from the past serves us. Understanding the past in a resourceful way serves us. And taking those learnings and understandings into our future serves us. So I used to have this memory of a painful moment during my parents' divorce when I was about 12 years old. And 17 years later, I could still think about that and instantly feel sad and frustrated and unhappy. So it was a great tool for me. This memory was a great tool for me to feel really bad. But I didn't want that anymore. I didn't want to have just a memory pop in my mind and be activated and hurt. It was not serving me to live the life I wanted to live. I lived it once, and I probably at that point had lived it 1,000 times in my mind. I didn't want to keep reliving it. I was sick of it. I was done with it. I realized that if I spent my life staring into the rearview mirror, instead of focusing on the road ahead into my future, I would not give myself the best chance of living the life that I wanted to live. So I went through the following process, and now that memory is a distant, faded, old memory. And I've done this with many memories in my life. So if you're ready and willing to let go of the old memories that no longer serve you, then do the following process. So imagine yourself back in that old memory. But I don't want you to imagine yourself in your body. I want you to imagine yourself floating above yourself back in that past old memory. Okay? So I want you to imagine yourself floating a few hundred feet above yourself from that old memory, looking down on that old memory and seeing that old memory from a totally different perspective, a bird's eye view. So you're looking at that old memory, looking down on yourself, your younger self, during that old memory, seeing this from a whole different perspective. Seeing your little self down there, your younger self, and from this perspective, I want you to answer the following questions. And I recommend journaling on each of these questions. Number 1, now that I'm older, what do I need to understand about this old event that will make it safe for me to let it go? Number 2, what can I learn about this old event that will make it even more safe for me to let it go? Number 3, how can this past experience my younger self went through actually make me stronger and better for my future? Number 4, what else do I need to learn or understand about this old memory in order to let it fade into the past where it belongs? So if this memory is about the loss of a loved one, I think it's also valuable to ask yourself, 1, would my loved one want me to be feeling bad about this? And 2, what would they want me to understand from the bottom of their heart? What would they want me to understand now that would allow me to move on into a happy, joyful future? So do this process on the same memory multiple times if you have to, and each time it should fade more and more. Do this on any memories that you have. If you want to let them go, then take your attention and bring it to your intentions for the future. Build a vision for your future that excites you and is compelling, and bring your focus to that. So I hope that helps you. Hope you found that valuable, and best wishes in your future.